Round 3, got ourselves a nice looking keeper. Unfortunately, we're not on the play. It's the only bad part about this hand. Well, he had a 2-drop anyway, so I guess it's less important. Ooh, would have liked to have that Hateblade turn 1. Guess I still can. Here's the dilemma. I think I'd play Hateblade. I know it seems weird instead of the Chief, but the Chief doesn't comfortably attack into a Jeskai student if he leaves it back. But Hateblade sure does. And it gives me a Horde Chief follow-up. He's certainly not blocking. Even if he has a 2-drop, he probably doesn't want to block a Hateblade. Right? Or does he? Skull Hunter? That was a great play on his part. That was crippling. Well, I kind of need all my lands and I need all my spells. I don't want to lose a Krumar. I guess we're losing a land. Now I forget if we have double white or double black. Can't even recall. Feel like we don't have either? I really don't know. I'm going to cut the white for the Death Touch purposes. Well, at least he doesn't block, so that actually puts us in a pretty good place, and that was a good draw. All right, let's just go ahead and bash in for one and get our Horde Chief out there. Chief next turn is going to look real good. Could almost bait him with this Chief in case he's got removal, because he is in Mardu removal colors. Playing the mirror match. Except I went Abzan and stole all the Mardu lords. Oh, well, he got his own. I see. I think I'm going to start it off with the Chief of the Scale. Trying to bait some removal out of him. I don't mind swinging the Hateblade into the Skull Hunter either. Or just swinging and dealing 1 to him. Although I guess I just do, well, that's pretty good. Another Horde Chief. Yeah, I mean, it sort of makes sense here. Let's just, let's get in with the Hateblade. I'd trade it for anything. So now, potentially our Lords are looking a lot better. You see another white source. Our Raider Spoils is looking great too for that fuel. Alright, it's actually not that bad. Alright, double Lord and swing for the fences. Turns him into a 2-2, 3-4, 3-4, 2-2s. So his Outlast guy is surprisingly good here. I guess I can just do double Lord and then attack with just Horde Chiefs, and then he doesn't really have a good block. I like that. Let's go for that. So double Chief here, and then next turn Raider Spoils. Alternatively, unyielding Krumar to build up even more. It's not bad either. But I kind of like double chief into raider spoils for next turn. It's pretty nasty. It's going to kill a lot of things. I can just swing Hateblade too. It's not bad. But then I can't play my double lord. I do definitely want to do the double lord play here. I guess, well, double lord swing, double lord chief seems pretty good. I think we go for that. I'm ready to be a little more proactive. You could double block, but I'd still kill the Skull Hunter. I mean, the block's kind of bad for us, but not even that bad. We get rid of a 3-power guy. I mean, I guess it's kind of bad for us. We still have a pretty good board state. He doesn't have a 3-power attacker anymore for our actual lords. Blazebringer doesn't really matter. It's going to die anyway. I think we just do the spoils here. And then well, I mean, technically we could bash with team. What's his blocks? 2-power guy. This kills Chief of the Edge. This kills Chief of the Scale. This kills Warrior. He takes. Maybe we just swing the Hate Blade. Well, let me see. Okay, let me think about his best blocks. Because he doesn't, I don't think he's got a play with 1 mana. So, kill a Lord. Trade with a Lord. Or, no. He would have a good block, wouldn't he? He'd be able to block here on this Lord. Salt Road Patrol on Chief. This Chief on, well, nothing, I guess. Token, maybe. He's at 22. This is a bit tricky. The Blazebringer makes it more difficult. Swinging with the team seems worse to me. Because of the silly... Well, how many cards would I draw if you... I'd draw 2 cards. I'd probably do quite a bit of board sweeping. This is a tough attack. I kind of don't want to lose my lords here, understandably. Alternatively, I can just swing Hateblade. I mean, I'm for sure swinging Hateblade. What else am I swinging with, though? Let's just do the Hateblade. He doesn't really have a good block here. He could do Chief, but even that's okay. Yeah. So we get rid of a Lord. Admittedly, it's not as good an attack as I wanted, but I just felt like we didn't have a super good attack yet. This is actually the first time I've seen the Blazebringer played. Salt Road Patrol's doing a lot of work for him right now. I'd like a debilitating injury for it, because this guy doesn't matter once he blocks. Yeah, it's a little rough. So he's getting rid of Chief of the Edge is my guess, since higher attacks are better for us. Well, I had my turn to attack, but I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, my attacks were underwhelming, I admit. I just kept wanting my board state to be better than it actually was. I think that was the main issue. So now we play Krumar. And we get a land, and then we pass. So unfortunately, the Krumar can't kill the Salt Road Patrol, which kind of sucks. And he can eat a 2-2, block a 2-2, trade with... guess we wait. Well, that guy's pretty good. I do have the Exile and Enchantment out of sideboard, so I think I'm probably bringing Erase in for the Suspension Field. Well, Skull Hunter being worthless makes me happy. But him having a highly developed board state does not, and more cards in hand, for that matter. Alright, still not really in a position to attack. This can't block, so swing team, he goes Blazebringer, Chief, Salt Road Patrol, Warrior, Jeskai Student, Warrior. We get in for 7, draw 2, lose a Chief. He loses Blazebringer. I think I'm feeling the attack here. I need to fill my hand up. I think it's about that time. He doesn't have an amazing block here, and I know he doesn't have combat tricks. So I actually think this is reasonable. He can only block 3 of our guys, too, so this is a good turn to attack. We get the first strike, so he can't really do anything to our Krumar. I'm surprised he didn't need a token. I think that would have been much... I think his best attack is Blazebringer, Chief. Okay. I mean, that's fine too. This is not the attack I was expecting, though. I will say that. I feel like my blocking for him was better, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, he did just take out a 3-4, but our 3-3 is also boosting all of our other guys. I feel like... In fact, yeah, it would have been much better for him to... He should have blocked the Chief, because then my Warrior would have died. So, thankfully, he didn't see the same thing I didn't see. I'm going to play the Harrier now, just hard cast, so I can throttle next turn. I just don't want to pay the unmorph cost. So thankfully he blocked incorrectly, which is like really necessary because I feel like I've already made 2 bad attacks this game. So the third attack actually was a bad attack, but turned out to be okay because he blocked incorrectly, I think. I think he just wants raid, so I'm going to block. Alright. It's pretty tolerable. Land, not so much. So I guess we bash with the... I mean, technically we could bash Krumar, Sage Eye Harrier, but maybe just blocks Patrol to not lose his Saddle Brute. Let's just do Harrier. Yeah, that's a pretty sexy play. I almost want to keep the planes in case he has a third Skull Hunter, which is entirely possible. I'd rather discard that than the Throttle. Yeah, I mean, but then alternatively I can morph plus unmorph and get the surprise. It's pretty good. I'm going to go for the surprise play. It's better. So this is technically a 5/5 with Raider Spoils, which does block Bellowing Saddlebrute fairly well. He's outlasting? That's actually very surprising that he would do that. I feel like we have a pretty solid attack now. Alright, now I'm unmorphing because I want to have my mana at my disposal next turn. So we unmorph, draw, very good. Now I can decide how I want to swing here. I think let me think about this. Let me think about how good his attacks are if I swing with team. So at his best, he 4/5 on 4/4, 1/3 on 2/2. I don't think he has a good block here. I do not think his blocks are good. Not with the Throttle and him being tapped out. I think this is just good. This is a good opportunity too since he outlasted. Him losing the Salt Road Patrol is just insane for us. And we're just drawing a bajillion cards. Everything we have is a warrior currently. He's making the trade? Pretty surprised about that. Now he's reconsidering. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, thankfully it still works out just fine for us. I'm still going to throttle. I want my guy to live. So let's just throttle the... Well, it doesn't matter, I guess. If he has a 1-mana spell, well, let's throttle the Bellowing Saddlebrute. Makes more sense. Draw just an unbelievably high amount of cards here. Draw 3 cards, which is just crazy. Raider Spoils in a deck like this is just absolutely insane. Just a good card. The fact that it boosts your non-warriors too, it's really good. Guess I didn't have to play the student there, did I? Alright, so pretty much the mirror match. I'm hoping he doesn't have a barrage of boulders. Jeez. That's brutal against him too, but it is insane against us as well. That's tough. I kind of want the erase, I guess, for his suspension field, which takes care of, I guess, most of our creatures. Yeah, pretty much all of our creatures. Not the Horde Mate. That's about it. Everything, not the Hate Blades, but they're pretty worthless with that anyway. I guess I want to bring erase in, but what do I cut for erase? Because that, I feel like, is a pretty, honest to God, good question. I've got such a tight deck, I don't even know if I can bring in the erase. I don't think I do. I don't even think there's like a good, there's not a good sideboard plan with this deck because its plan is pretty straightforward and, you know, synergistic on the front end. I don't think there's much of a sideboard plan I feel comfortable with. Besides erase, which I think everything is probably better than erase, even knowing our opponent has suspension field, so keeping it the same. As much as I'd like to keep this, considering I've got a 1-drop, it seems pretty dangerous. If If I get a black source off the top, no, I mean, then I have injury. Yeah, I mean, we really get hurt bad if we don't draw land. That's tough. This hand is so good beyond that. I think it's too risky. I'd rather take my chances with 6, I think. This hand's worse. At least our opponent mulliganed. Do I go to 5? Yeah, might as well. Alright. This hand, believe it or not, is better than our previous one, I think, but 3 hands of 1 land is pretty awkward. Not excited, not exceptionally happy about that. Well, looks like he's missing lands too, but it's going to punish us a lot more here. God, the student would have been just so sick there. So sick. Student. Prevent damage. Get in. Get me a raid component. Any land. You know it's going to be the top one. Or nothing. That is a bummer. That's a real bummer. Oh man, that is such a bummer. He top decked 2 lands in a row to our 0. Can just injury now, but no, I think we student to block the champion. He can get in with the... Well, he can't even really get in with the student. I think we're okay. He has to have removal for the student. And even if he does, I guess we start injuring this. I don't know. And I probably just want to injure the Lord. Is my guess, if he's got that. Oh, I guess he can just replay the champion, huh? Alright. That does in fact work. But I guess if that's the best he's got, then it's not that bad. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright, deck. Yeah, that works. I think I have to make the trade here, as much as I loathe to admit it. The only reason being, if I don't make the trade, I wouldn't be able to leave out... Alright, here's the things that have to happen for me to not want to block here. I have to draw a land. He has to not play a blocker. So, because Death Touch is pointless unless it's pure bluff. I guess I'm only preventing 1 damage. Alright, I'll take it. I basically have to draw a land, and he has to not block my Hate Blade with anything important. My ideal is him just doing Blood-Soaked Champion. Alright. That I can tolerate. That is not that bad. Alright, that's bad. That is bad. That's too much. We didn't get the land. Have to injure this, and then just swing 1, because blocking's not going to do anything anymore. No plays is good. No land is terrible. Alright, now I have to stay back on defense, because I can't do anything. I guess I could take 1 more round of attack, I guess. Guess I play the chief. Rush of Battle is our actual game plan. Jeez, this game has been a nightmare. I hate not drawing lands. So frustrating. Our opponent's turn progression wasn't even good. We could have capitalized so hard if we'd drawn lands. He probably just shouldn't have attacked with the Skull Hunter. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's see if we can actually play lands this time. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Maybe I want this Sidisi's pet. It's not a warrior, but lifelink seems pretty awesome in this match. I might do that. And then maybe I get rid of the Ghostfire Blade. Not because it's bad, because it's certainly not bad, but I'd rather have the lifelink, I guess, than the thing that do nothing. Well, then the Ghostfire Blade's actually good with Sidisi's pet. That's a challenge. Maybe we get rid of Roar of Challenge. That's a good finisher, though. I don't know. Could take out a student for the pet. Makes us clunkier, but these guys are too important, I think, for raid. That's the issue. Alright, screw it. I'm not doing the pet plan. I'm just going to hope I can draw cards. I don't like this hand, but I'm going to keep it. I actually just really don't like this hand. We're going to lose to debilitating injury if I just draw lands, which is just a nightmare. I really don't want to lose that way. I really don't want to mulligan either. I'm really tired of mulliganing. This hand is slow though. God, this is painful. 5 land with a 3-drop, or I mulligan and hope to see, you know, stuff that I can actually do early. Jeez, this is awkward. I think I'm going to keep. I really don't like this hand at all. I hate this hand as a matter of fact, but the only reason I'm keeping is I've got all my lands. I've got a thing that's got lifelink. I do hate this hand though, I'm not going to lie. Alright, hand just got a lot better since now if he has debilitating injury, at least our Abzan guide's going to get there. Ideally. Unless he's got 2 debilitating injuries, that is. Alright. That's not quite as bad. Let's see our injury. Hateblade. Hateblade's pretty good. I think I do Blossoming Sands Hateblade since it's going to be attacking well, presumably over the next couple turns. That's pretty surprising. Just so he can block with it next turn. I guess if he's got nothing else, it makes sense. He knows about our Abzan guide now, so Guess if he's saving debilitating injury, it's going to be pretty good for him there. But I still think the morph's worth it. Alright, it's actually not that bad. Although he can double block, can't he? No, he can't. No, I guess he can. Ooh. That's really good. Hmm. So I can swing for 4, he double blocks, I kill Enoch Bond. Well, he doesn't even have to double block. Alright, we just chill. Wait, no, he's got the first strike. Okay. Guess I could have done Chief, but then he could have double blocked. I would have killed the patrol. Huh. Debatable, I guess. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, now... Yeah, that's kind of a draw I was expecting at some point. Yeah, double first strike is going to be an issue. How do I win? Still have the Roar of Challenge. I guess that's a good out. Rush of Battle's pretty awful here. Doesn't do much. Guess we just get in with Big Man. Yeah, I assume it's just got to be the suspension field next turn, but might as well get our 7 lifelinking damage in, right? Jeez. Nice rare, buddy. Alright, we're in pretty big trouble now. Throttle is kind of our best bet since I can take out the first strike. Can't even double block reasonably. I think my best bet is I gotta leave that swamp in hand for the Mardu Skull Hunters that he's got. So I think we just face down this dude and then equip it. I really hope that's not a ponyback brigade. That makes things a lot better. me think about this. So I can do everything. First strike kills this guy. Kills that guy. Yeah, it's not that good. Well, wait, no, that's not right. Two, no, he does first strike kill that, but he can't trade with that. If I swing with this, this is currently a 7-5. I just want to get tokens so I can rush a battle, kill him. Oh yeah, because then the Ghost Fire Blade too. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm that low on time? Jeez. Alright, I'm going to cast the Abzan Ascendancy then. And I am going to go for the Rush of Battle now. He's going to first strike kill our Hate Blade, but then we get a token. And he's got bad blocks beyond that, I think. He does get to kill our... Okay. I mean, I still think this is pretty good. Wait, pay 1. What are you talking about? Whoa. Getting some lag here. Alright, so if I don't attack with the Hate Blade, what does that do for me? Doesn't get me a token. I'm on beatdown mode. He's going to eat our token. We'll get a... I'd rather have a 1-1 right now anyway. I don't care. It keeps this off blocking my dude. I still feel like this is correct. Even though I walked into that, I still feel like this is correct. We now have a flyer to attack with our Ghost Fire Blade. It was a Ponyback Brigade we just killed, which is just huge. Taking that out is just huge. He's not in a real position to race here. He can't really outlast. Or maybe he can. Alright, well, guess we swing with these two. Alright, so he takes out Broodkin, which is actually pretty good for him here. But I can still trade with the Seeker the way. We're still in a pretty amazing spot here. I mean, it's not over, but I do feel good about this game. We're in a pretty good spot. We're up life totals. He's got a card left, but I could totally trade a Seeker for a Chief, I think. Maybe I can just take it. I mean, he clearly wants me to trade. I think I just take it. Although the Chief can't. He could then post-count. Oh, I get a flyer. Flyer plus trade. I think it's worth it. Even if he wants me to block here, I still think it's worth it. Getting a token for evasive attacks is just huge. Ooh. Oh, man. That's insane. All right. Ghost Fireblade, this dude. Guess Chief. We just keep swinging every turn now. Doesn't even matter anymore. I don't even need to play spells. Actually, I will, because even if it dies, I get another token. Wow. All right, well, we went 3-0, although 3-0 in quotations since we didn't actually play our second round opponent, but hey, I'll take it anyway. Ascendancy, just as good as ever. What a broken feeling card. I know it's not broken, but in Limited, it sure feels broken. Jeez. Ghost Fireblade played really well. The Chiefs, I got them off a couple times. Raider Spoils was great. It's the first time I've gotten a chance to play it, and that card is fantastic in a Warriors build. Wow, amazingly good. Didn't get a chance to Roar of Challenge Blowout, but I still think it's good in this deck. I'm kind of glad all the Warriors came together for a fairly decent deck. That was nice. All right, I'll see you for the next one.